Hi friends! Today we're going to use our imaginations with the letter A for art. We're so excited we get to read some fun art books and you'll get to do some really fun art projects at home using your imaginations. Our first book is actually called Art. It's by Patrick McDonald and it is published by Little Brown and Company. This is art. And this is art. Art and his art. Can you tell them apart? Art and his art? When art is in play, get out of art's way. He zigs and he zags and he gets wired. There's no stopping art when art is inspired. He draws scribbles that squiggle, dots red, yellow, and blue, splotches with blotches, and the curliest cue. Art stares at the paper and he uses his noodle to conjure up a perfect doodle. And doodles need houses, trees, and cool cars, a dog, a moon, and billions of bright stars. Art draws and draws till he flops in a heap, and amongst his creations he falls fast asleep. Now, let's be quiet to try something we've heard. A picture is worth 1,000 words. What could you draw like art? And when he awakes a little bit later, Art sees his art on the refrigerator. Held there by magnets, stars, and a heart, put there by Mother, because Mother loves art. Our next book is called Andrew Drew and Drew, and it's by Barney Salzberg. This book is published by Abrams Appleseed. Andrew was a doodle boy. He drew and drew and drew. Look at everything that he drew. Andrew never knew what would happen when he began. Oh my, what is he drawing? He began with nothing. But a line. And before he knew it, ideas would start to fly. Andrew thought that making a drawing was like making magic. Oh. He drew things that he saw, like rabbits in a hat and a dog that he imagined. Yes, we love our imaginations. Sometimes Andrew drew nothing at all. But He never stopped for long. He loves to draw. Andrew doodled and doodled. Sometimes he noodled. And cock-a-doodle-doodled. When night drew near, as it always does, Andrew knew there would always be more to draw tomorrow. Wow, I like what he drew. What would you draw? Miss Cindy has a special bag. And in her special bag, she has things to create art. Let's look at some of these things and see if you have some at home. What about glue? Do you have glue at home?
I do.
Maybe you have a glue stick, or maybe you have a bottle of glue. What about markers? Maybe you have some markers at home.
We do.
What about, looking in my magic bag, how about some chalk? Do you have chalk that you can draw outside with? Oh, chalk
Yes.
is super fun. Do you have crayons?
Yes.
Ooh, crayons are lots of fun. What about paint? Maybe you have paint and paintbrushes at home? Maybe you have paper, blank paper that you could do all kinds of fun art with. What about scissors? Do you have scissors at home? If you have scissors at home, remember, scissors only cut paper. We never cut anything that is not paper. And paper that mom or dad tells us is okay. That's the only paper we cut. You know what else I have in my bag? My special art bag? I have pencils. Do you remember that Andrew drew and drew? I bet he used a pencil when he was drawing. Maybe you could use a pencil and some paper. Sometimes we have paper with lots of colors. That paper can be cut up, or it can be drawn on, or you can even glue it onto other paper. But always remember to ask for help. Our last book today is called The Dot. It's by Peter H. Reynolds. This book was published by Candlewick Press. The Dot. Our class was over, but Venetia sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Venetia's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Oh, it's a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Venetia. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Venetia grabbed a marker and she gave the paper a good strong jab. There. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper towards Venetia and said, "Now sign it." Venetia thought for a moment. Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name. The next week, when Venetia walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above the teacher's desk. It was the little dot, the one she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and she started to work. Venetia painted and painted a yellow dot, a green dot, a red dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with red, she discovered that she could make a purple dot. Venetia kept experimenting, lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Venetia splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Venetia even made a dot by not painting a dot. She painted all around the dot. At the school art show a few weeks later, Venetia's many dots made quite a splash. Venetia noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Venetia. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Venetia smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Venetia stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Please sign it." What can you make? I want to see your art this week. Have Mom take a picture of whatever art you make and post it to the Facebook page. I really want to see your art. Everybody can be an artist. Remember, our letter of the week is the letter A for art and artist. We're so excited we get to see what type of artwork you can do.